Big batch waffle day. I've got my friend Lydia coming with her kids, and I always love to make stuff and to send it home with them so they have things in the freezer, especially things like waffles that are just easy, delicious. I'm pretty excited. And what I like about this one too is it's pretty easy. So it's easy to whip up the batter. I don't really need help with that. But if I'm doing this for like a brunch day, or like I said, my friends are over and we're having breakfast, I can just put someone to work. Or I can just stand there and keep chit-chatting. Everyone's done with breakfast. I can throw things in the sink, and then I can just keep doing the waffles. It's really easy because it doesn't really take any thinking. Dump, let it cook. It'll beep when it's done. Pop it out. Next one, dump it in. It'll beep when it's done. So it's an easy one to do. It's like big batch day, but also brunch day. So it's party, but also for a purpose. So let's get started. Easy, delicious buttermilk waffles. All right, so it is big batch day. We're gonna make a bunch of waffles. We're gonna send them home with some great kids. And so we're gonna start out with buttermilk. So I just get a half a gallon. And then I don't have to measure any of the buttermilk. So I'm actually doing 4 times a normal recipe. So this is a half a gallon of buttermilk. I have 8 cups of flour in here, and I haven't mixed my dry ingredients yet, but I also have baking soda, baking powder, salt, and sugar. So I am just going to kind of lightly incorporate all this together because then it's a lot easier to add to your buttermilk. I have 8 eggs, and I have a lot of butter. So keep in mind, the butter needs to be melted, and so I did melt this in the microwave. It's not crazy hot though, because that was the first thing I did, because you never want to add something hot to eggs because we don't want scrambled eggs in our waffles. We want just waffles. So I'm going to add that after I add the eggs, but to make sure that the eggs are kind of cooled with the buttermilk and dispersed so that I can add that butter in a little bit. All right, so we're going to mix all of our eggs in with our buttermilk. I tend to just kind of poke them first so that I know that the yolks are broken. And you can use, oopsies, sorry, did I get in there? This is actually whole buttermilk. Most stores don't really carry that, but I happen to find it, so they're going to be even more delicious and rich today than like the low-fat buttermilk that most of the time I see at a store. All right, so that's good enough. I'm going to add just a couple little splashes of vanilla. I'm not measuring it, but that'd probably be enough for 1 recipe, 2 recipes, 3 recipes, 4 recipes. So that's why I'm not a baker. I'm not that precise. All right. And it doesn't necessarily matter which order I'm going to put this in, whether it be the flour or the melted butter. But I'm going to keep all the liquids together first. So here's all that delicious melted butter. And that is our waffle maker saying, "Hey lady, I'm ready. Put me in, coach." Did your coach say that to you? You could talk.
No.
All right, so now I'm going to slowly start adding our flour mixture, all of our dried ingredients. Hopefully, Alex, after today, waffles moves up to number 1 for breakfast stuff. We're going to kick out pancakes. Pancakes is going to number 2 today. Waffles is going to 1. What do you think?
Yes.
Oh, this is where you need your muscles. Yeah. You're feeling my pain. He's fine. Feel my pain? Yeah. When your right gets tired, switch to the left, because we need this all fully incorporated. And really, by this time, you could even switch from the whisk to something a little more substantial. But I'm not going to the gym today, so I'm going to work it. All right, and your batter is going to be thicker. Waffles are thicker than pancakes, so this is pretty good. So we'll do a test, but I think this is perfect. It's
Smells good.
Doesn't it? I think we smell that vanilla. Ooh, yeah. All right. Now we got to start the assembly line. All right, so we're just keeping the party going. We've already made a bunch of waffles. I kind of let them cool slightly as much as I can, and before bagging them up. And what's nice is I really haven't had to stop doing anything this morning. I just every so often take these out, put another one in, and we've had a nice morning. It's been great. This will probably be our last one. Actually, probably could be another. I'll stuff it. Oh yeah, that one's gonna be good. All right, so I'm letting them cool here afterwards, and then behind me, these are the ones that are already cooled, and I bag them up. So I would recommend bagging up what you think you'll use in a breakfast setting, although they're really easy to just like pop off half of it, a quarter of it as they're frozen. So make sure they're completely cooled. These ones are 90% cool, but I'm letting them just finish cooling off, and then they'll all go into the freezer today. Unlike the pot stickers, you don't have to freeze all your waffles separate because that would just be too tedious and a pain. So I do let them cool, and then I normally just stick them in a big gallon bag, and they can all be touching. And yes, some of them are gonna stick, but when in doubt, if you just get, if there's two waffles, you know, just stick a knife in between and like a lever, just pop them off. Just like you would a slice of bread. Stick the knife in between and it'll pop right off. A big piece of cake. What are you eating today?
I'm eating Shannon's waffles and jelly.
And how does it taste?
It's delicious.
So next time you see a half gallon or a gallon of buttermilk at the grocery store and you're thinking, I know what I can do with that. Ooh, I'm gonna show you something else in the future that you can do with buttermilk. It's awesome. But make a big batch of waffles. I promise you, you'll eat them within probably a month, easily. If you have kids, even faster than that. And it's just so nice to wake up on a Saturday morning and you want a delicious homemade breakfast and you're like, I don't have to cook. I have waffles in the freezer. And then you pop them off and throw them in the toaster oven. I think also if you were cooking them for a lot of people, say you had like 6 in the freezer, you could just pop them all off, put them on a cookie sheet, and put the whole thing in the oven. I normally just for me or Tom, like I just throw them in the toaster oven. But with a family, even easier. Turn the oven on, put the waffles on a cookie sheet, throw them in the oven. Breakfast is done. Making life easy. That's what we do at Go Beyond Betty. We take risks and we figure it out. So very proud of you. Keep up the great work. Keep setting some goals. Do something whiskey, right? That sounds like whiskey. It's not. Do something risky. You know what I mean. Oh, goodness. Thank you for joining me. Bye.